Hello fellow brawlers, I'm KairosTime and it is time for some sneak peeks. That's right guys, we're getting ready for update time and I have got lots to show you. But first, this video is sponsored by Cold Crunch.
Guys, Cold Crunch is the only cereal that real Brawl fans eat. Oh my gosh, oh my god. Okay. I'm joking. This video is not sponsored by Cold Crunch.
Now the truth is, I actually reached out to them and they told me I didn't have enough subscribers, so you guys can help by subscribing and then you won't miss more sneak peeks, including a complete breakdown of Mr. P and Hot Zone.
I feel like I'm gonna waste the cereal if I don't eat it before I'm done, before I record.
Let's start this video by talking about the new Brawler selection screen, but stick around for the end where I'll cover balance changes and you're definitely gonna not want to miss those. So you choose your brawler, you will be brought to this new page where you will have a description of the brawler over on the left and a super cool brawler stats box over to the right. It shows a visual representation of how much health and attack damage the brawler has on a scale from 1 to 5. Plus, if you tap on the info button, it'll actually show you even more stats that were not included before this update, including movement speed, reload speed, and the range for both the attack and the super. And of course, the regular stats that you guys are used to seeing. I love this. I love stats. Yeah, I love it. Now the star power descriptions no longer show up at the time, but you can click on the star power that you want, and from there you can read the description if you would like. Also, you can actually spin the brawlers right from here and click on the arrows to switch skins. Now in the future, I really hope that they make it so that you can actually spin like Bruce or like the various turrets like Scrappy or stuff like that, but you guys get the idea. Now you can also just tap on the brawlers to have them say various voice lines. Pretty cool. Okay guys, now let's talk about the skins, and speaking of the skins, don't forget to use code Kairos in the shop to help support future production of videos like this. It actually helps a lot more than you guys might think, and I really appreciate your support. Let's go and start off with Cupid Piper. She's got a cute white and pink dress on with hearts and a winged bow on the back. Now her butterfly clip in her hair was replaced by a heart, and as you can see, she has a heart-shaped strand of hair that pops up out in the front. I believe that the Japanese actually have a word for this hair called ahoge, which means idiot hair. She's got an idiot hair, but it's in the shape of a heart, so that's cool. Now her attack projectile is actually replaced with a massive heart-shaped attack that actually glows from blue to yellow depending on how far it has traveled. It leaves a small heart if it doesn't hit a target, but it explodes into a heart-shaped firework if it does hit a target. Now the grenades from her super are also heart-shaped as well. She is going to be released sometime around February 14th, and she's going to cost 150 gems. Now I believe that she will be permanently available for purchase as well. Next up is Agent P, which I can't actually show that to you yet, but you can buy it for 30 gems and it's going to be permanent as well. Next is Koala Nita, who, as you guys know, her proceeds for the first couple of months are actually going to go toward charities to help with the catastrophes that have been happening in Australia. First they had a fire, now they've got floods. I mean, it's rough. So we really do appreciate that. Now also she has a pendant around her neck that has Australia on it, which is cool. And then Bruce is wearing a fireman's jacket and helmet. Now there aren't any attack or animation changes, but I still think that it's a really great skin. Obviously it's going toward a really great cause, so you guys actually might want to consider doing that. It's going to cost 80 gems and will be permanently available for purchase as well. Now let's talk about the Lunar New Year skins, which will only be available for a limited time. Let's start with my favorite skin, Virus 8-Bit. Look at this animation, guys. As you can tell, he's been completely revamped from his new spider legs to his very mean and evil characteristics, including a new voice. Listen to him. I will destroy you. He's evil. This is such a cool skin, and in-game his attacks are now a cool green color, and his super tower or turret thing or whatever has a recolor as well. I will say that I wish that the circle glowed green instead of purple, but I think at that point I'm just getting a little picky. Then of course, guys, let's take a look at this lost animation. It's just awesome. Now Virus 8-Bit is going to cost 300 gems and will be a limited edition skin. Now next, let's talk about Heroine BB. She has a super cool animation where she actually throws her sword into an invisible wall or like rock or something like that, and then she uses the Force to bring it back like a Jedi. What? So cool. And also it doesn't make sense, which is also cool. Also, I feel like I need to know more about the star on her back. I love it. I feel like it's so cool. I do feel like her hair, like the things on the sides of her hair are a little weird. Like I guess they're probably referencing a specific game or something. let me know if you know, because I kind of feel like they look like a weird, like Egyptian hairdo or something, and it doesn't really fit her. I don't know. I don't get it, but you know, maybe I'm just ignorant about it. Everything else about her is super cool. Now for her attack, she actually swings a super cool sword that does some sweet 8-bit pixel-like effects. And then her bubbles have become digitized, and Heroine BB, guys, is gonna cost 150 gems. And I think it's worth every single gem if you ask me, especially because it's a limited skin, guys, right? Now, lastly, we have Street Ninja Terra. As you can see, she's now wearing some super slick clothes from bottom to top, and she's now using a hoodie to cover her mask, which is covering her face, which is a little excessive if you want to avoid germs, but I guess it does work. In addition, guys, she's actually holding up her cards with her mind instead of her hands. That's pretty cool. Now her attacks have a cool digitized effect, and when she throws out her shadow, it looks like this cool pyramid thing. I don't know what it is, but it's super cool. Also, her losing animation is sweet as well. She's just so cool. Street Ninja Terra is gonna cost 80 gems, which I think once again is a really great deal for a limited time skin. Okay guys, now I wanna go over the new environment because there are a lot of really fun Easter eggs in it. First of all, guys, the level of depth for this new environment is so cool. Let's start off with the train at the very bottom and work our way around the new environment. The train looks epic. In Brawl Talk, it was super smooth as butter, but for whatever reason on the device I'm recording on, it looks like there's something wrong with its brakes or something. It keeps on stopping and going. Now in the lower left is an advertisement for what looks like Emz's hairspray and Max's energy drink. Next is Rico's place, which actually has Spike plushies as prizes. Now here's a sign with some Japanese writing on it. Let me know in the comments if you know what it says. And above that is a pinball place with a massive wall advertisement for Colt Crunch. Now at the top we have another arcade, and then at the very center of the top is a statue replica of what looks like to me the trophy of the 2019 World Finals. So cool. Now to the right of that is a vending machine filled with energy drink from Max, and above that are a couple of signs that I can't read, so let me know what they mean if you know. Now on top of this building must be a sign, because if you actually look at this shadow, then rotate it and then flip the image, you'll actually see that it says Total Rico. Cool, I guess, I don't know. Below that is Brock's place, and below that is actually 8-Bit's Arcade, which is actually a building shaped like 8-Bit. If you look at this kind of like in slow motion, you'll see the eyes, and at the very top it says 8-Bit. Now the Korean writing on that translates to arcade place per my brother who speaks Korean. And then there are 3 games that you can actually play. On the top, Bitstream, then Poco Loco, and then Luchador on the bottom. Below that is a sushi place, and finally, we end our tour down with another Cold Crunch advertisement and another Korean sign for bibimbap, which is actually a delicious Korean dish that I had the pleasure of having at the Brawl Stars World Finals in South Korea. I mean, it's good, but I think it's really cool. The touches that they have in here with Japan and Korea and China, I mean, I really am blown away by it all, and I love this environment. Probably more than any other environment. It's really cool. Now let's talk about a few quick items before we cover balance changes. Now I am told that there are actually going to be improvements to joystick controls on tablets now. I compared the two, like the developer build to the regular build side by side, and I did not notice any difference, but there is a chance that they actually haven't implemented those in the changes of the developer build that I'm currently using. There are times when they give me a developer build that's not ready, and then they actually finish things up and then release it out to the public. So there's a good chance that there will be some changes in there that I'm not aware of. Also, guys, double token events are now going to be giving extra tokens for rank ups and XP level ups as well, which is really cool. Several of the maps are obviously going to be changed for the new arcade environment, and I believe that they're also going to be bringing in new maps as well. And guys, Supercell really did hear your feedback when it comes to the monthly 15-win championship challenge. They're going to be increasing the maximum losses from 3 to 4 to allow more people to qualify. They'll look for a team feature, will now also consider a player's total trophies when forming a team for this challenge. And then they fixed the bug where players couldn't select the second star powers, and duplicate brawlers are no longer going to be allowed in matchmaking. I was doing a live stream on Twitch, got a lot of feedback, and I sent that to them, and they actually implemented all of the feedback that was given by my community. My guess is that if my community had suggestions, then everybody's did, but guys, you drop your comments in the section below. I read them and I do share your feedback. And now we are ready to talk about balance changes, but I wanted to let you know that you should stick around afterwards, where I'm actually going to talk about the changes to the trophy road and why I think Supercell should reconsider only giving 1 megabox to players who have already completed the trophy road. I don't normally talk about stuff like that until my 100% honest update review video, but I feel like it's appropriate for me to share my thoughts and feelings before the update's out. Okay, balance changes. B's honeycomb star power is getting a duration nerf by 40%. It is going from lasting 1 second to 0.6 seconds. I've tested it out and it still feels really strong. Now, Daryl's still hoop star power is getting a shield duration nerf by 17% as well. Well, that's also getting a shield duration nerf. It's going from lasting 3 seconds down to 2.5 seconds. I think that this is actually a really solid change. And then lastly, guys, we have Max, who's getting a couple of different buffs and 1 nerf. Her run and gun star power is getting a nerf by 25%, meaning that it will be 25% less effective at reloading her ammo quicker. And her main attack damage is actually getting a 20% buff to the damage, which is actually really huge. She will now be able to take out every single brawler with 1 to 4 less projectiles, depending on how much HP they have. Like, it takes 1 to take out Tick, 1 less to take out Tick, and 4 less to take out Frank, kind of a thing. Now that translates to her being able to take out 22 of the 33 brawlers in the game. So she's gonna take a lot of brawlers out with 1 less ammo. That's actually a really big change and will definitely make her a lot more viable without her run and gun star power. Now also, guys, her super speed boost is going to be given to teammates who enter the radius within 1 second, rather than them having to be right inside right when Max uses her super. Like, they'll be able to enter in a second later and still get the boost. So that's actually it's a decent change. I still think it's maybe a little bit enough, but her damage increase is really solid, so we'll leave it at that. That's it for balance changes. Now let's talk about Trophy Road. Now I'm going to show you a complete scroll through of the Trophy Road, and if you want to compare it to the current Trophy Road, you absolutely can, but I've already gone through all of the changes, so you don't actually have to. Now, the first change in the Trophy Road happens at 1.4 thousand trophies, and there are some increases to several of the rewards all the way up through the end to 14.5 thousand trophies. Not everything changes, but some of them, a lot of them do. In total, players will earn an additional 1.3 thousand gold, an additional 800 star points, and the equivalent of 25 more boxes. Now, if you use my conversion of 23.5 gold and 15.1 power points per box, or 53.7 gold per box if you have all of the power points in the game, the total difference from somebody who has already completed the Trophy Road versus somebody who downloads the game today and finishes the Trophy Road later is roughly 64 boxes, or 6.4 mega boxes. That's a lot more progression for somebody progressing through the game. I really like that. I think it's really great that Supercell has actually listened to our feedback that the Trophy Road needed some improvements by increasing the rewards, especially the higher that you climb in trophies. An extra 1,000 gold at the end will be greatly appreciated by many, I am sure. Now, for those of us who have already completed the Trophy Road, we will be given 1 mega box, or the equivalent of 10 boxes, as a reward to help make up the difference. Now, I've already shared my feedback with Supercell that I think they should increase the reward to those who have completed the Trophy Road, and I know that you guys have shared your feedback on social media as well, all over the place. You guys didn't have to do the math to figure out that there was a lot missing. Now, in response to that feedback, Frank actually shared a few other ways to think about the situation, okay? The biggest are the 3 mega boxes at 4,000, 6,000, and 8,000 trophies that long-time players unlocked before those Trophy Road rewards were replaced with Tick, 8-bit, and M's. That's the equivalent of another 30 boxes that we got that future players will not get. Now, there are a couple of other things that definitely make up for the difference as well. You guys know that Lone Star and Takedown are being removed from the game, and their event slot is being removed as well, which means that new players will miss out on the extra star token that we got for 123 days that they were out. Now, for reference, that's an additional 36.9 boxes that we got that future players will not get. With those two things combined, long-term players and new players are about even. And of course, if you were a beta player, you know we went through so many different economy changes in Brawl Stars, and every single time that happened, Brawl Stars was incredibly generous with the amount of rewards that they actually gave us for those conversions and things like that. And that's something that no new players will ever be able to see. So when you look at it on paper, players who have already finished the Trophy Road are already ahead of the curve. Now, with all that said, I don't agree with them only providing 1 mega box. It's not because it's not logical, because it is absolutely soundly logical and you cannot disagree with their decision from a logic point of view. The players who have already completed the trophy road have been given more opportunities for free progress than any other group of players, and that is a fact. I kind of feel like I should be pointing at like a PewDiePie television screen or something. That's a fact! But the reason why I disagree with this decision is because that logic is the wrong logic to actually be logical about. Don't worry too much about that. I think they should be looking at this from a customer service point of view. They should be looking to create a positive experience for some of their most loyal and dedicated customers. It's not a number issue. It's a customer service thing, okay? Justifying a negative experience because of a positive experience in the past does not add up to a neutral experience when it comes to customer experience. It results in a negative one. Their goal should be to create a positive experience after positive experience after positive experience. And this is true even when it does not make sense from a numbers perspective, especially because we're talking about the most dedicated customers of the product of Brawl Stars, right? Now I'm gonna get off my soapbox here and end my rant by saying this. I obviously don't really need the extra boxes, and I don't care about getting the rewards myself. I mean, I have a maxed out account and I have almost 1.3 thousand boxes, but I definitely think that Supercell is missing an opportunity to create a positive experience for some of their most dedicated players, which I feel like that's actually really sad, especially considering the fact that everything else in this update is so awesome, and because Supercell has tried to show how much they appreciate the community in the past. I'm gonna be doing more sneak peeks of Hot Zone and Mr. P in the future, so if you haven't subscribed already, hit that notification bell so you do not miss that opportunity to see it as soon as you can and as soon as Supercell lets me. Also, I want to know what you are most excited for in this update, so let me know in the comment section below. Thank you so much for watching. For now, this is KairosTime ticking by, and we will see you in Brawl Stars.